Ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, I'm Carbonor. Welcome to my channel. I hope all is warm and well in your world today. Things are okay here. Things are okay here. I got some, I ranted a little bit yesterday. I admit, there's a little bit of some ranting going on. So, yeah, may have gotten it out of my system. We'll see. I never know. As I've said before, I don't know what I'm going to say when I hit record. It just, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't like, I don't like have like a, what an outline of what I'm going to discuss throughout the course of the episode. It just, whatever comes out, comes out. So apparently, I don't know that we're going to get this red horse sticker, because they gave us some kind of compensation for it, a bunch of stuff. I think I probably still have it in the mail, to be honest with you. Let's check and see if it's in here yet. Nope. A red horse sticker broke the game. That's all it took, was a red horse sticker. They could not provide a red horse sticker to people. That seems kind of silly that they couldn't accomplish that. But, hey, whatever. Man, boy, kid. See? So this is what is this what it was supposed to be? Because this is like, yeah, there's one. So this is like the third time that the red horse has delivered shit. Was that always supposed to be the intention of it? I don't know. Because it seems odd that they would give us compensation for 3 days straight for it. You know what I'm saying? For just a red horse sticker. So was that... And maybe when it's done, it'll give us the sticker? I don't know. I don't know. But I do know this. I'm not going to open that, because there's no real reason to open that. So I'll have these two and that one that have her face on it, because I don't need, I mean, I could get the 1,000,000 gold, I guess, but there's no reason to open those. But, I don't really need the 1,000,000 gold either. Not when I have, how much? 167 million. That's, it's gone down some, but I've been doing a lot of attempts at upgrading shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's understandable that it would be. I did some stuff because I had to jump on and do that last challenge. It was to get the modules, 25 modules from missions. The motherfucking thing was broke, because I got home from work and I was, chilled for a minute, and then I was like, oh yeah, I got to get that before 2 a.m. because 2 a.m. my time is when the day switches over for the First Descendant. So I was like, oh yeah, I need to do that last achievement. So I hopped on and I started doing a bunch of missions, and I was getting modules. They were popping up in my, in the Descendant little module area, and they were popping up by the guns, and yet it was not counting any of them. And I was like, what the fuck? So I had to reset it. And with like a half hour left, I had to get like 1.5 million or some shit like that. I was like, you motherfuckers. So let's see. Okay, we gotta do that one again. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me again. I just got finished with some hamburgers. Sometimes they get angry at me. Let's see. I'd really like to get up to here today, but I don't know if we can make it that far. Four levels is quite a bit. If we get everything, we'll have 30, 40, 50, 80, 90,000 plus 170, 230, 260. Right? Is that right? Yeah, 260. Hmm. Well, I would definitely, it would get me this one. I think it's doable. I think it's doable. I think it's doable. Because I'd like to get Serena her hair. And then we're already almost done with this fucking battle pass, dude. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. And then all I have to do, and then I'll just have to worry about getting this shit. But there's not much I can do about it because it's a weekly thing. It doesn't replenish very often. But having 120 already, I'll be able to go bam. I'll be able to get that right off the fucking bat. Just like kapow. So that'll be cool. So we'll get that one first. Oh, look. They made the Ajax shit cheap because they're like, yeah, we know you're after the die stuff. So that's cool. I should be able to get. I would imagine I'll have 20 by the time I hit 100. So I'll be able to get those three right off the bat. Which will be cool. Which will be cool, cool, cool. And yeah, that's been so far. That's been the way it has been the last. This is the third of these that I've really participated in, right? And that's all three times. It's been the last section that I have focused on, and then was like, yeah, and I'll get what of these I can. as I've said, I like the tear, but I don't like that fucking bow. I don't like the fucking bow. So, but yeah, all right. Oh, what mail? Oh, I've been playing for 15 minutes already. Okay. Oh, wait. Cause you know what I'm gonna do this, right? You know what this is gonna be, right? One of the hardest goddamn fucking weapons to get in the fucking game. Right there. And we're gonna jump over to him real quick. Ooh, I like what they did with that. Not so much the face. That mask is kind of horrible, but I like the color. So yeah, I'm not as frustrated and angry as I was yesterday. I don't, there was no real thing that kicked it off. Sometimes it just, you know, the when I was in high school, right? Okay, there's like some deep lore of Carbonor here, right? When I was in high school, I fell in love for the first time. And to this day, 40 some odd years later, I've never loved with that kind of intensity. I've never felt like that with any other person, with any other woman. It's every relationship I've ever had she was like hovering over it going, you still love me more. And and that's probably in a lot of ways and for a lot of reasons been why my relationships don't really last that long. It's because I know the person that I love, and I didn't get her. And I've never been willing to settle for somebody else that I knew wasn't that person. And you might say, well, that clearly wasn't the one, because if that was the one, you would be with her. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? Are you with the one? You know what I'm saying? Are you in a relationship with somebody? Is that who you would say is the one? Or is that just who you ended up with? You know what I'm saying? Because that's something to consider. But she was the one. And it fucked me up. Because I was not... being, largely an emotionless husk of a human being as I am. I've said before, the only emotion that I see that has any real value in it is rage, because that's the only one that you can utilize. You know what I'm saying? You can use it. It's to be to fuel you. You know what I'm saying? You can't sadness. If you're fucking sad, if you're sitting there crying and sobbing, you can't do shit. You can't do anything but sit there and cry and sob. If you're happy, you can't focus on what you're doing, because you're just bouncing, and you're just like, you're taking your time with it, and you're being casual. You know what I'm saying? If you're fucking angry, you can absolutely focus on what you're doing just to get it the fuck done. You know what I'm saying? At least that's my mentality, and that's always been my viewpoint, is that rage is the only emotion that you can actually put to use. So when this girl came along, and I remember the day, I remember what she was wearing the first time I fucking ever saw her. You hear that stupid shit about my heart stopped. My goddamn heart did stop. When I looked up from my desk and saw her walk into the classroom for the first day of psychology, that was the class, I was just like, it was like a scene from the movie, when it all slows down and the heartthrob kid, or the heart broke, whatever, the boy's sitting there and he's just like stupefied when this girl walks by. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was for me. And it fucked me up. It fucked me up. I mean, I can't tell you how many nights I was crying because I was just like, I don't understand. And I know she felt something towards me too. You know what I'm saying? We were never actually in a relationship together. We were just friends, but I know there was a connection there that she wasn't looking for a relationship because she was only going to be down here for her senior year. And then she was going to be going back to North Carolina, right? So she knew she knew she couldn't get involved with anybody. She knew it was a waste of time because she was going to be leaving when she graduated. So she tried to keep that kind of a distance with pretty much everybody. I mean, she instantly she was with us in the skater stoner, alternative crowd, which is who I ran with, was the stoners and the skaters and the fucking punkers, and that was the metalheads. You should seen us in the cafeteria, because we took up like two sections of tables. It was just all of us fucking sitting there in our ripped denim and our fucking jackets and our fucking chains, and just we were the bad guys. We were the bad boys, the bad kids. We were the ones to watch, and we didn't give a fuck. Oh my god. But my dad didn't know what to do with his. Ooh, that looks nice. I like that. That is super fucking shiny. But my dad didn't know what to do with. He's not that kind of guy. He's not an artistic guy. He's not an emotional guy. He's just a dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a man. He's a man's man. He's what a man. When you think of a man, that's pretty much what my dad was. Worked with his hands all his life. He was a strong man. And he didn't understand artistic shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't understand emotional shit. He didn't know how to cope or deal with it, or how to help his son, who was obviously in pain. He didn't know what to do. So he decides to start sending me to this psychologist, right? And I went for 5 or 6 times. I'll just tell the whole story. I'll add on the ending to why I stopped going to my psychologist. But because he didn't know he just didn't know what to do with me. And so the psychologist, this is the point of it, and I know it's a very roundabout way to get to there. But the only useful thing that I ever heard, because I told the psychologist because I knew him and my dad were going to talk. I knew, patient, client confidentiality, it didn't matter, because this dude was my dad's friend. He was a friend of my dad's. So I knew everything I said, my dad would hear about. So I only told this doctor, what I wanted my dad to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like I said yesterday, I was an incredibly intelligent child. It was so very hard to get shit over on me, because I'm not bragging. I'm just fucking telling it like it is. I'm just explaining who the fuck I am. And I'm not stupid. I'm scary smart. I'm scary smart. I know you can hear this accent and you hear the way I cuss and I fucking, stumble over words and shit like that. That's more because I had a speech impediment as a child, and I had to go to classes in my it was kindergarten and first grade. Yeah, I think I had speech classes to help me with stuff, right? So when I start talking a lot, you can hear the stutter. You know what I'm saying? It comes out. It's just not as bad as it was when I was a kid. So, but I'm scary smart. I'm I'm scary smart. Yeah, it's just, but so I never said anything that I didn't want him to hear. And I think the psychologist probably caught on to that. I think he probably understood, because that's what they do is they they study people and fucking watch them and, try to understand what's going on in their brains and shit. So I think he knew that he was not going to get, or that he caught on that I was smart enough to understand the situation. But the only thing he ever told me that was worth the shit, he said, "You are a crock pot, and you keep shoving stuff in, and shoving stuff in, and shoving stuff in, and it keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And one day it's going to explode."
Probably humanity's real hope, don't you think?
That's the only thing useful he ever told me, because I was like, yeah, that's true. That's exactly true. That is exactly true. So occasionally my crock pot gets a little too hot and I explode. And yesterday was one of those times when my crock pot exploded. That's what I'm saying. I told you that story to tell you that, to quote Ron White. Now the psychologist, my going and seeing my psychologist, that all ended because one day after the session, and I think it was actually the day that he told me that I was a crock pot, and my dad comes to pick me up, and him and the doctor are sitting there talking. We're outside, and I'm going to the car, and him and the doctor stop, and they're talking, and I'm like, yep. And I thought to myself, this is why I've never told you anything that I didn't want my dad to hear, because that's what you two are talking about right motherfucking now, is everything that I just said during this session. Right? And I've got long hair now. It's down probably the middle of my back. That's as long as I've ever been able to grow it, sadly. If I could have it down to my fucking knees, I would. But as far as I've ever been able to grow it is just, if you pull it straight, because I've got some wave to my hair. If you pull it straight, it'll touch like the top of my ass, but that's about it. And I've always had long hair, literally, because my first like idols in life were Kiss. You know what I'm saying? I was growing. They debuted in like 73. I was born in 75, and they were just hitting their high point, right? You know what I'm saying? And they were everywhere. It was either Star Wars or Kiss. Like, there were toys and fucking uh pinball machines and fucking everything with Kiss all over it. And I fucking just absolutely worshipped Kiss. So I've always had long hair. I've always been towards the rock and roll kind of, mentality and appearance and shit like that. And it's never been something that my dad really liked, because my dad was in Vietnam, and my dad remembers coming home from Vietnam, and people who looked like his son was ending up looking were spitting in his face. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand where my dad was coming from and why he despised he some of the aspects of my personality, because it was foreign to him, and it was people who had treated him like he was a pariah when all he was doing was trying to serve his country. You know what I'm saying? That's all he was doing, was just serving his country. You know? Not only did my dad, he didn't get drafted to Vietnam. My grandpa, his dad, offered to pay him money to run away to Canada. He legitimately offered to pay him money to run away to Canada, to draft dodge. And my dad told him, "Dad, I'm no better than anybody else. I'm going to go do my time." And he volunteered for Vietnam. And he volunteered for a second term, or for a second tour in Nam. So that's the type of guy that my dad is. And obviously why he didn't understand in his eyes. I fucking despise being called a hippie. I've always despised being called a hippie, because I'm not a hippie. I'm a metalhead. We look similar, but we are not the same thing. Metalheads and hippies are not the fucking same thing. They wear beads, I wear chains. They wear sandals, I wear boots. They wear tie-dye, I wear black. You know what I'm saying? There's a total fucking difference there. But in his eyes, it was the same thing. So they're standing there talking. I go ahead and get in the car, and it takes way longer than it should, which is, it was just, all it was doing was validating every fucking, I was just like, yep, you're telling him everything that I just fucking told you, dude. You're telling him everything I just fucking told you. So my dad gets in the car, and we're driving down the street, and I don't know how I can't remember how he opened this up, how we got to this, but he was like, he mentioned something about wanting me to get my hair cut, wanting me to get it feathered and make it, look nice and presentable, and I was just kind of laughed, and I said, yeah, no, that's okay, I don't want to do that. Thinking that would be the end of it. And he was like, and it kept going, and he said, here's what's going to happen. We're going to go over here to Ross the Boss, which was one of the popular hair cutting places at the time. We're going to go over here to Ross the Boss. You're going to go in there. You're going to sit down. They're going to cut your hair. They're going to make it look nice. And that's all there is to it. And I immediately burst into tears, because I had never felt a rage like that at that time. I had never felt anger swell up within me. I had never felt like fight or flight like I did in that moment. And I was bawling, and I just turned to him and I said, I said, you are going to have to drag me in there, kicking and fucking screaming. I will fight you every step of the way, and there is no goddamn way that a single one of those women will put a fucking scissor to my hair. I said, so do it. Let's go. I am not getting my fucking hair cut. End of goddamn story. And guess what happened? I didn't get my hair cut. That was because I think my dad knew that I was about to fight. He was about to have to physically fight his son. And I think he didn't want to do that. So that was when I didn't have to go to the psychologist anymore. But yeah, so that's what yesterday was. That yesterday was my crock pot kinda exploding a little bit. Every once in a while, it just happens. You know, sometimes, you know, when you got a pot and there's a lot of shit cooking in it, sometimes the lid will pop off a little bit and some little bit will spurt out. It's not quite a full explosion, but you know, it makes a mess and it makes the stove eye sizzle. That's what that was. That's what that was. But yeah, guess we'll get some money here. Just, you know, I've always had a hard time. Like, I've always had a hard time with being lied to. I I am I am I am truthful sometimes to a fault in my mind. Like, of course there are things that I don't tell people, you know, there are things that I don't share with people. There are parts of my
Descendant,
life that are
the enemy
nobody's
has
business
modified
but
the
my own,
ancestor's weapon with Vulgus
you know,
technology
and I
are
just
using
won't
it to
talk about
emit
those things to
inversion
people,
energy.
but
It
I don't
appears they
lie.
are defending the gate
I
with it.
can't stand liars.
The weapon
I
contains
cannot
dangerous
stand
properties.
liars.
The structure on the ground floor increases this.
I just can't. I can't.
Descendant,
I
I
can't.
will show you the properties of the
The
arcane core
truth,
within the weapon.
the
You
truth
can
is one of
disconnect
the
the energy
most
using your
important
own
concepts
arcane.
that we have as a human race is truth. Because what is true, there is nothing more important than what is true, than truth. Because deceit keeps everybody confused and nobody knows what they're doing and nobody knows why they're doing it or what the real purpose behind it is. And yet people will go at it completely ignorant that you know, this is not the way, this is not what you should be doing, and this is not this. And it's like deception is how the devil leads you down the path of ruin. He promises you the everything in the world. He promises you everything you want, everything you could dream of. And you think, "Oh, okay. Yay. I get cool stuff." And then the next thing you know, you're burning in hell. And you're wondering, "Wait, I was told all this stuff was good. I was told everything was fine. I was told everything's great. Why is this happening to me now?" It's the same reason that I've never liked those candid camera type shows. You know what I'm saying? Or Punked. Remember Punked with Ashton Kutcher? I hate those shows because I'm so empathetic for the person who's being lied to. You know what I'm saying? For other people's amusement and enjoyment. I fucking hate liars so much. And I am truthful sometimes to almost a fault to myself. And I hate being told that everything's wonderful when I know it's goddamn not. I hate being told that everything's great when I look around and see myself and my fellow man suffering. Almost as if it's like just because not for any real reason or purpose, but just to see what'll happen. Just for experimental sake. Let's see if we can convince them that this fucking flu virus is going to kill the world. And let's see if we can convince them to not go outside anymore. And let's see if we can convince them to wear masks for God knows how fucking long. There's some people out there that are so fucked up by COVID, they still wear masks to this day. To this fucking day, they still worry about COVID. To this fucking day. There are so many people who are...
Descendant,
who are fucked for life because of that lie, and who will never get over it because of that lie told us about the fucking flu. The flu. The flu. Something we threw out everything that we knew as a species, that we have learned over our entire existence about medicine and viruses. We threw all that shit out the window like it wasn't nothing because our government said, hey, do this. There were so many people that didn't even fucking question it. That didn't even, they were just like, okay, okay, okay. So it affects me, and especially I've always had a very I don't know. I've always put journalists up on such a high pedestal. You know, I've always respected journalists because their entire purpose, what they're supposed to be doing as a career, is just telling you the truth. Not putting their own spin on it, not trying to shape it into a truth that they want you to know or to believe, but they're supposed to tell you the truth. They're supposed to go to a situation or you know, a circumstance or whatever, and tell you what happened. That's it. Like a journalist, if a car crashes, a journalist is supposed to go, two cars crashed. The journalist is supposed to go tell you what happened, when it happened, who were the people involved, and both their sides of the story. That's it. That's what a journalist is supposed to do. Just tell you the truth, the facts, what happened. Not try to tell you that one person or the other person is less at fault because of oh, well, the color of their skin, or they grew up poorer than the other person, so they should be looked at, you know, we'll slant the story in their direction. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to look at things without any kind of innate bias, any kind of innate point of view. You're just supposed to say what happened. Politicians are supposed to be people that you can trust. Trust to tell you the truth. Trust to tell, and more, it's becoming a thing where, nope, we're not going to tell you the truth. Because you're either not smart enough to understand the truth, or you'll be pissed off if you know the truth. And that fills a person with a sense of helplessness, with a sense of I'm trapped. How do I get out of this? You know, it's when you open your eyes. Of course, there's a whole lot of people that go through life not just completely oblivious to how manipulated they are. They don't see it because they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. And those people are so sad to me. Because whether or not they are aware of it, everything that the government does influences their lives. You know what I'm saying? We're to the point now that there's so many people in the world that you could go most of your life and never run afoul of a certain kind of law. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people in the world. You could, like, just for instance, an example, just throwing this out there.
Descendant.
You
The
could
enemy has
drive
modified the ancestors'
recklessly
weapon with
and
Vulgus
fucking
technology
ridiculously
and are using it to emit
for your entire
inversion
life
energy. It appears they are
and never
preventing
once
the
be
gate
arrested
project.
for it, because there's
The
just
weapon
so many
contains
people and there's so few people
structure on the ground draws and releases
uh to catch you or
Descendant.
punish you. You know
I
what
will
I'm
show
saying?
you the properties
There's
of the alchemy
fucking
stored within
there's
the
people
weapon.
out, there's
You can
murderers out
disconnect
there,
the
there's
energy
serial
using
killers
your
out there
own
that'll never be
arcane.
caught simply because there's not enough people to catch them. You know what I'm saying? There are people, the majority of people will go through their whole life just doing whatever they want and never understanding that some of the things that they do are actually illegal. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be in their face. And so they don't pay attention to things, you know? There's so many people out there. Oh, that's not going to affect me. That's no big deal. Oh, that's not this. And I've always told my sister, because my sister and my mom used to be oblivious to all this shit. And literally, I've said it before, and I'm not joking. You could ask either one of them. You could, I have been in, I have been aware, acutely aware of politics and government and how it affects you from my earliest memories. And they have always known that, but they have always avoided it themselves. They didn't want to talk about shit like that with me and stuff like that. Or they would just laugh it off or just be like, whatever. And I'd be like, okay. A TV show comes on and I tell them, explain everything that's happening to it and why it's manipulation and why it's this. And they're like, whatever. It's just a TV show. And I'm like, okay. Okay. That's fine. You don't have to see it. It sees you. And they within like the last, probably 10 years, because of everything that's happened, all the bullshit that's gone down, COVID in particular, they finally started understanding. They finally started seeing some of the things that I was saying, and they've become aware. And it's like taking the fucking red pill in the Matrix. Once you take it, you ain't going back. There's no ignoring it anymore. There's no oh, okay, I'm not going to pay attention to this anymore. You can't do it. You can't once you've seen it. Once you have seen the man behind the curtain, you cannot look at the wizard anymore. And they every once in a while they get mad at me and they'll say something about it. I wish I could go back, and I'm like, yeah, you can't. You're welcome. Or they'll get so enraged by something, and I'll just be looking at them and going, "Yep, I've known this since I was 5." And they say, "I know." How have you lived knowing all this shit your entire 50 years of life? I'm like, sometimes the crock pot boils over. Sometimes it boils over. Doody doody doo. I might have to readjust. I might have to switch Serena. I might have to put Nell after Glay. And I might have to switch Luna and Serena. Maybe not. But I'm seriously considering moving Glay or Nell up. I'm really liking her. It was all that outfit, man. Once I got that outfit and gave her a sword, she came together for me, and I was just like, okay, yep, 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 yep. You know what? Matter of fact, let's just fucking do that right now. Let's just fucking do it right now. Let's just do it right now. We're doing it. I like Serena. I do. But yeah. I think we might move Harris up. What you're seeing right now is me listing these in my order of who I like the most. I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with that order. I think I'm okay with that. Colonel Oakhorn. Why is that pronounced Colonel? Where is the R in that word that we pronounce it Colonel? I've never understood that. And where is the F that in the word lieutenant that fucking the British people call it lieutenant? Where's the F? I like you Brits, but you put letters in sometimes that are unnecessary. Like you put U's everywhere. And it's like, what why is there a U in this word? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good morning, Nabby. Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen your name before, but we're happy to have you here. He says, I don't think I have ever seen you participate in a wall crasher. Actually, for like the last probably a week or so, I end my streams with that. I
Descendant.
try to end
There
my
are
streams with
ancestor
that.
drones which give off inversion energy and a container with
So if you watch
unidentified
like
archives
the
stored in this
last
location.
few live streams,
The enemy
you'll
aims
see.
to artificially combine these two forces to cause an inversion overload explosion.
I don't
They
do
have
them.
also
I don't
blocked
do
off
them
the entry
often.
path
It's
with
you
the
know,
order's
it's not like.
malignant tumors. First, remove
But
the
yeah,
tumor from the
I try to do
container
them at the
reveal
end of
the
every
archive
stream
stored
now.
inside. If I
Serp,
they will have already identified the
Serpentoid,
archive's properties.
one of the regulars in
Just
the
before
chat
the explosion
suggested
happens,
that that would be a pretty
find the
cool way
drone which
to end
matches
my
the archive's
streams a
properties
couple
and
of
use
weeks
it
ago,
as
and
cover.
I thought, you know what?
That drone seems
I
to
think
have
he's
similar
right.
technology to your inversion reinforcement device.
So if you stick around,
If you
what
have
time
found
is
the
it?
drone which has the correct arcade properties,
Another couple hours,
I
you'll
can
see
adjust
one.
the output to cancel out the blast energy.
Oh, there's a little bit of a lag. Nabby says, will do. Cool. Happy to have you here, man.
Descendant, the commander of the Order of Truth has malignant tumors throughout the body.
Stop shooting me. Oh, you got me in your eyes.
I expected that.
Oh, shit. Come back here. I'm not done with you. Damn it. I killed her with the grappling hook. Did you see that? I killed her with the grappling hook. I did not know you could do that. I did not know you could do that. Holy shit. Okay. That was awesome. I was trying to hit the ledge to get up there with her, and it went right in her chest, and it killed her. That's fucking awesome.
Descendant, there are ancestor drones which give off inversion energy and a container with unidentified archives stored in this location. The enemy aims to artificially combine these two forces to cause an inversion overload explosion. They have also blocked off the entry path with the Order's malignant tumors. First, remove the tumor from the container to reveal the archive stored inside. If I know the ancestors, they will have already identified the archive's properties. Just before the explosion happens, find the drone which matches the archive's properties and use it as that drone seems to have similar technology to your inversion reinforcement device. If you have found the drone which has the correct archive properties, I can adjust the output to cancel out the blast energy. Descendant, the commander of the Orchestra has witnessed humans throughout the body. We need the inversion energy meter installed on the ancestor drone.
Damn it! Fucking ostrich. I totally missed with that. That was not good. Alright. Ninja Tommy. Whatever. Ninja nail. Oh. I wonder if it'll actually give us this sticker. Let's see. How we doing? Already got 2. Alright, cool. Q. Q. Alright. Now, let's switch to... Oh, let's get rid of all the red dots. Right, there it is. Yeah, I like Ninja Nail. Is it here? It's here! Oh my god. It's not like the red horse. Wait, let's switch to... We'll go with Glay. We'll go battle armor. I really like this. I really like the color scheme on this one that I did. I'm so happy with that one. Killer Bees. That's a hilarious indie film. I don't know if anybody's probably never seen it. Killer Bees. It was on Prime a long time ago, and there's a sequel to it called, I think it's called Killer Bears. No, it's not Killer Bees. It's Bee Stings. Bee Stings. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. It's absolute. It's just fucking. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I was on a kick a few years ago. I watched every independent fucking, horror movie and fucking, POV movie that came out. Every found footage film, every shitty fucking zombie movie. I like, for like a couple of years there, I was just wearing that shit out on Amazon. Because in my opinion, that's where that was some of the best horror movies. Because when you're independent, you can do things that are a little I don't know, a little out there, you can take chances. You can be a little more creative. Because you don't have, an entire committee of people telling you, you need to add this, and this needs to be like this, and oh, by the way, this company said they would give us this much money if you put this in there, and all that kind of shit. A lot of awesome independent stuff out there. I bought a shitload of them on my Prime. I've got a ridiculous amount of movies that I've bought on Prime. Simply because, that indie stuff, when it's there, you never know if it's going to come back. You know what I'm saying? You know that mainstream stuff is going to cycle through, and eventually it'll come back. But you never know with that independent stuff. So if you see one of those low budget kind of movies and you're like, I really like this, you'd be wise to buy it as soon as possible. That makes me want to go back and watch some of those movies that I bought. Let me just say again, I am so glad that they didn't fuck with Glay overall, that it was just that one module that they altered. Because it's not the module that I used, and I am so happy with how she is now. Who'd I forget? She rips those shield guys apart. This gun just absolutely decimates them. No, no. Okay. Now we're gonna play King of the Mountain. Now we're gonna play King of the Mountain. Y'all gonna have to try harder than that. My mountain. Mine. Y'all get the fuck off it. Go away. My mountain. I just realized on this mission that I have her duration up way high. Like after the third skill comes active again, I've still got at least another full. It would replenish again before I have to worry about using my bullets. I didn't realize that I had it the duration that high. I'm very pleased with that. That gives me a little comfort to know that I don't have to immediately reactivate it if I'm in a heated situation. No! My mountain! Get off! My mountain. Come on. I know there's more of you. Come on, I'm up here, guys. Come get me. I see y'all. Come on. I'm right up here. I'm not hiding. Hey, guys. There's some of you. Anybody else? Some more of you. Come on. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Don't be scared. Make this easy for me. Uh-oh. There's a lot less of you than there was a minute ago. What happened? Uh-oh, now you got the yellow arrows over your head. You're done now. It's just you guys. No more backup. Just you guys. Uh-oh. One lone guy. If you'll just excuse me while I get rid of some stuff. I'll let you live a few minutes longer. A few seconds longer, I guess. That's a... Uh-huh. I was trying to be nice. I was being nice, motherfucker. I was letting you take in the sun. Breathe in the air. One few precious seconds more. And what'd you do? You jumped up and got in my face. Oh well. Oh well. Now you know what happens. Yep. I like my Glade build. I like my Glade build. I'm happy with my Glade build. Alrighty, let's switch to... We'll go to Luna to do the next one. And I'll stick with this outfit because I really like this outfit. I can't imagine what it is about this outfit that I really, really like so much. Monaco. That's a good name for a dog. Lizard Jam. I don't... I hope that's like a musical thing, like a band, and not like, like a preservative made out of lizards. Anything I need here? I don't know. Maybe the perforator? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Remnants of my burgers. I'm not one of the, say, I know what certain foods do to me, especially, as you grow older. Certain foods will affect you more harshly, I suppose you could say. And I understand that. And I don't give a shit. If massive heartburn is what I'm going to experience, after eating hamburgers now at this stage in my life, then that's what's gonna happen. If eating an entire large greasy fucking pizza is gonna give me massive heartburn, then that's just what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, that's uncomfortable, I'm not gonna eat that. No, fuck you. Fuck you, body. I will ingest what I want and you will fucking turn it into fuel. Period. That's the way this deal works. You don't tell the mind, the body does not tell the mind what to do. The mind tells the body what to do. Fuck you. Because that's really the way I see my body. Is it's just a car that my brain drives around in. You know, if it gets dented and dinged up and scratched and burnt, well, that's just what happens. You know, if there's knocks and fucking shimmies and shit like that, judders because of the fuel that I use isn't quite the octane that it should be, then that's just what happens. It's just what happens. And if that shortens my life, oh well. I don't care. It's not like if I didn't do that, I would live forever. We're all gonna die. There's no avoiding that. So why not eat the food that you fucking want? And I'm not saying, you know, become like a 800-pound land whale. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that if, you know, you're sitting down for supper and somebody's like, how about I steam you some broccoli and bake you a piece of fucking chicken? And you're like, you know what I'd rather have? I'd rather have some mashed potatoes and gravy and some fried chicken. Then have that goddamn mashed potatoes and gravy and fried chicken. Have it. I mean, if you're gonna live forever, but you gotta eat steamed fucking broccoli and baked unseasoned fucking chicken for the rest of your life, I'll take dying. I'll take dying. Sorry, I'll take dying. How about a nice plate of rice? Long grain wild rice. And maybe a nice piece of baked fish. Oh, fuck you. How about you take that fish, you take some batter, throw some beer in it, and you deep fry it, and then excessively salt it when it comes out. Serve it with some even greasier fucking French fries. Yeah. Then you've got a meal. Then you've got a meal. A meal worth living for. You know what I'm saying? How about a nice piece of whole grain toast and a piece of cantaloupe for breakfast? How about a pound of bacon and 6 eggs in an omelet? How about that? And some buttered white bread toast. Oh shit. I'm talking. I'm not focusing on whooping ass right now. Lock in! Get everybody motion sick there. I just like spinning around with her for some reason. Oh, I thought that was me. I was like, what? What happened to my character? And then I was like, oh, okay. That was weird. She was completely hidden. What is that outfit? What the hell? Interesting. That's basically Glay's hair, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It is. It's essentially Glay's hair. I thought it was Glay. I was like, I don't recognize that. Okay, let's get rid of all the red dots. Alrighty. Now we'll go to her. Mask up. Because we're going out. Yeah, today's episode is much more subdued than yesterday's. I was mad. I know. Had some stuff to get off my chest. Like I said, sometimes. One of the daily challenges. Interact with 20 of those.
Beginning target utilization.
No! Shit! Come on.
Target
There you go.
acquired. Approaching.
I don't know how the fuck it went up there. I fucking deactivated your ass.
Target confirmed.
Oh, come on.
Approaching.
Really? Okay. Alright, guys. Whoa! Ah, I missed it.
Discarded.
Target acquired.
I do wish you could aim a little better with the swords. I will admit that.
Target acquired.
Some way to lock on would be great.
The Legion.
Ah, shit. I hate it when that happens. I'm stuck in the box. Come on, quartz. Fuck you! Fuck you! Get the box off me. It's like there's no way you can't get out of it until it moves on its own. When that happens, believe me, I know because it's happened to me more times than I'm proud to admit. That I'll be standing there and the box drops right on my head, and I'm like, well, fuck. Some blonde hair. All right. Ooh, we're so close to another one. We got 40 more there. Actually, 70 when you count that. Right? Isn't that what it is? I think. I don't know. Maybe. Now, what else have I got a possibility for getting over here? The whole weekly thing will give me another 100,000. Doing the last two there, which should be fairly easy once I get Blair going. I don't know if I can hit any of the rest of these. 3,400 is a lot. I don't know if I can hit any of them today, other than that one. And I think that'll only get me to these two. Maybe. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, we'll do this one again. Fuck it.
Exterminating.
How did that not go up?
Acquired.
Where's it going? No, no, no. Oh, fucking shit. That was dumb. Come on! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Fuck you! Alright, back to Albion. Let's do something real quick. It's so hard to tell sometimes. That's it. Okay. Oh, it makes red dots all over her. I don't know if I want that. I don't want that. That I'm cool with, but I don't want lights all over her. The eyes, though, I'm okay with. I'm okay with the eyes. Bunch of shit. All right. We're going to switch. Oh, what? I missed one? There. There. Are you happy? Switch to Viesa. And we'll do us some... I'm kind of feeling this today. What's she stuck on? A fearsome spreader. Dried up substance. Alright. We're going to do some intercepts now. They tried their best to make her look naked.
Do you need information about the Colossi?
No. No. I don't. But thank you, Seneca. Thank you. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. had my ringer turned on. What have I done? Oh, it's targeting me right now. Okay. Fuck you, dude. Alright. What the fuck?
Now.
Restart. I think I do these 2 or 3 times, and I will have enough to get 4 outfits. Should they come up with something that I like better than what they have right now.
Exterminating.
Thought I was out of range. Hell yeah. Let's just see. Let's see. Just see. Oh yeah, I've got enough right now for 4 of them. Fuck yeah! I'm growing as a player. I'm improving day by day. Okay. Any day now would be pretty cool. One, two, three, now. One, two, three, now. One, two, three, now. Doesn't seem to be working. The count. There it goes. There we go. Nabby's laughing at me. Somebody's already down? I need help. Oh, everybody's down. Everybody's going down. Is this... Don't let this shit rely on me, people. I'm coming. Dude. I'm trying. Nope, I didn't make it. Fuck. Now I need some help. He's down again? Oh my fucking god. This is gonna be, I think this is gonna be rough on us. Here. Because that Haracter is almost done already. Yeah. Yeah. This one's about to be over. We started off strong, seemed like. But if Haracter dies, it's over. Yeah. God damn it. Yeah, we're done. Well, we're going to. Haracter, you need to stay away from these. You're not capable of surviving them. You may have Dia, but you're not there yet, bud. worked out much better. I don't want to do any more of these. Nah, well, let's see. I'll do one more. I'll do one more.
Exterminating.
Back to Albion. Oh, okay. Let's go to Blair. Time to go raise some hell in Axiom. Oh, wait. We should do Sigma as well. So we got time. Let's go with Harris. Get our bonuses here. Damn it!
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone.
Hold on.
Proceed with caution.
I meant to do these public. Meant to do those public.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution. Specialized Vulgus aircraft detected. That aircraft is used to fly through void storms. It must be shot down.
Life signs detected inside a Vulcan structure.
Elias, deploying RK. I am the original.
Zen! Good morning, Zen. Been a while since I've seen you. How's it going, dude?
Oh my!
Mission complete. All units proceed to transport location. Great work out there.
Sin says, good. Been a while since you've seen me, but hasn't been a while since I've seen you, though. Ah, okay. That sounds a little creepy, Sin. Ugly idiot. Well, that's not a very high opinion of himself. Just some lost and found shit. Alright, let's jump to... Zen says, he says, yeah, I'm usually a silent chatter. I think they do call those types creepers. Yeah, I think that's one of the terms. I've always preferred lurker. But either one I feel is appropriate. But that's cool. That's cool. You ain't got to talk if you don't wanna. Do this last Sigma and then we will head over to Axion.
Descendant, confirm arrival at the operation zone. Proceed with caution.
No, fucking cactus.
The transport has dropped a wide-range chain charge on the ground. We need it to purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your RK, then hit the detonation button.
Extraction from Operation Zone initiated. Good work, Descendant.
No. That's not what I meant to do. Defeat enemies with fire. We're about to get that. How did that do with electric? Eh. All right. Axion, here we come.
Descendant, I've picked up a mutant material formation signal in the skies nearby. The Vulgus nearby seem to have spotted it as well. Remove them quickly.
Where's the other one? Way the fuck over here. It's gonna be a drive.
not quick enough.
I think I'm being pretty goddamn quick. I mean, all things considered.
Fantastic. I knew I could count on you.
All things considered, I think that was fairly quick. Now we need to do our daily over here. I know I can do this one by myself. Hold on, here's it.
I can't stop now.
Descendant, a large cluster of breach creatures has been detected in the area. Breach creature response confirmed.
I'm on it.
Inbound to location.
Fuck you. Fuck you. No, I don't need urgent support requests.
Be careful. Vulcan special assault ship identified. Descendant, Vulcan comms traffic is increasing at your location.
Yeah, no shit.
Looks like Legion of Breach troops have been deployed.
Or grab it.
Vulgus special assault ship identified. Picking up void mutant signals. Be careful.
Alright guys, you're taking away my fun now, kids.
Descendant. Requesting takedown of enemy assault ship. Picking up void mutant signals. Be careful. Breach follower squad approaching in encircling formation. Respond immediately. Vulcan special assault ship spotted. Descendant, primary tactical objective confirmed in Operation Zone. Please take it out.
Hold on one second. Okay. Let's see. What time is it? 13 minutes. Hmm. $13. I'm not sure. Guess we could try that. Oh. Oh, shit. What'd I get? What'd I get? 48 seconds. That was... I should have got quite a bit of gold. Do too bad.
Attention. Large-scale dimensional breach. Warning. Large-scale dimensional breach in progress.
Descendant,
Please
I've picked up a mutant material formation signal in the skies nearby.
Vacate the Colossus guided capture. All sensors in the vicinity. Please respond to ground reception.
My dog get it all? Nope. Found it. Found it. Alright, hold on, dog. There, get the rest. Good dog. Well, shit, now what? I guess we'll go. I mean, it's 7 minutes. That's a while to wait. But I suppose I can find something. Let's go. Let's enter and stop. Install. Now I'll just stand here and stare at them creepily. Something's happening. Something's happening.
Low.
I'm not here to be social. I'm here to kill a giant robot. I'm not here to make friends with you people. Look at me. Look at how my fucking character is dressed. And here we are. Waiting to kick some ass. I didn't know there's not really anything else I could do that would only take like 10 minutes. So it didn't make sense to go try to do something. So here I am. And here you are, waiting right along with me. Hoping something's going to happen soon. And surely it must. Hear my dog whimpering. He's anxious to get to it. Why are we just standing here? What are we doing? We're waiting for that. There's the sound. There's the klaxon we've all been waiting for. Shit's going down. Oh my God, excuse me. Okay. Fucking shit. you. You've been stepping on me this whole time and didn't do any damage. Suddenly, this time you did damage. Fuck you. I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that one. The bikini is no outfit for this kind of combat. Son of a bitch. Alright. Back to Albion. Pretty successful. Little run. Let's see. The mail's just going to be lost and found stuff. $7.58. $100. Damn it! I don't need black and white ones. And I have her. I have Serena. I don't need any of these. Wait, do I need... I don't need a gold Serena. Hold on. Pretty sure I have a gold Serena. Yes. Okay. I thought so. But there's a lot of them. And now we're going to buy some of these. Because now I'm just saving for this shit, and it's just like, eventually I'll get them. Eventually. Mailbox. I think we did everything today. I think we ran the gamut. Oh, I got 300 more. Okay. I thought there should have been more of those. I do need that one. I'm fairly certain. Yes, I do need him. Okay. So we have an excuse to go to the lounge. Everybody likes a trip to the lounge. Now the next upgrade that they do for the lounge needs to be like coloring, like painting the walls and shit like that. That needs to be the next thing that they do, that they need to focus on for the lounge, in my opinion. So you can, I mean, if you're gonna allow people to visit other people's lounges, then you really need to make it worth the while. You need to make it something that's going to be like, oh, wow, this is really unique. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, oh, he put these figures here. I put mine downstairs. You know, that kind of thing. In my opinion. But we'll check out where everybody is in this quick little freeze frame of daily life. We got Bunny, Valby, and Glade.
Good job today. Let's get some rest.
Yeah. Bunny looks like she's having either a really nice dream or a bad dream. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's definitely like themes or wallpaper
so once in a while.
or something. We just need something. Because as of right now, all it really is a place to show off like your skins. You know, people come in, check out your skins, and then and then just go on. But it should kind of be about the lounge itself as well. Like you should be able to put something like different than the tree, maybe like I don't know, fucking an entertainment center, maybe a basketball goal, You know, basketball, a little half court or something. Those kind of things would be pretty cool. Maybe open up this for like a gym, maybe. Since there's a weightlifting thing and a shadow boxing. And I still believe that there should be more bedrooms than just one. I still believe that. All right, we're going to move you, sir. Place you with this one. And put that one over here. Got a good collection going. By golly. I just wish there was more shelving. Like I said before, that is something that every toy collector is tormented by. I don't have enough shelves. That is what we are all constantly striving for, is more shelves. Oh, excuse me. Well, I guess we should go to wrapping it up. I think we've had like I said, I think we've had a good day. We got a bunch of, we jumped around, we did all sorts of shit, all sorts of missions. I think we had a good productive day. Anybody else has visited my shit in a while? Nope. 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 Got all kinds of friends here. Huh. I tried to add somebody named Tennessee Smokey the other day simply because he had Tennessee in his name. But I guess he didn't accept it. Oh well. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you Nabby for being here in the chat. You and Zen for sharing a few words. Appreciate it. For all you guys that were lurking, you guys are awesome. We appreciate you here at I Am Carbon Ore as much as anybody else. And the same goes for those of you who are watching this as a video later. If you made it this far into the video, you're a trooper and a champion. If any of those groups of people, the chatters, the lurkers, or the video watchers out there, saw anything that you liked here, perhaps you could see your way clear to leaving me a like, a comment, a share, or a subscribe. Any one of those things, as you know, is immensely helpful for a channel. It helps it grow and flourish, helps push it into the algorithm in front of people. Right now, it's going to be hindered for a little bit until Thursday when I get paid so I can re-up my premium, because they don't push you as hard if you're not paying them money. But, I mean, that's no surprise. And really, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I've got 90 more than I need. 90 more subscribers I need to hit the 500 required for the first major milestone of the channel. And it doesn't mean it's not that big a deal for you. Trust me, I know. I have subscribed to channels that I don't watch. You know, there's many of them on my stream or on my page that I don't watch. But you know what? I'm still supporting them and saying, hey, you do you guys. So maybe you could do something similar to me for me, you know, what's the worst that could happen? I'm not going to abuse your page. I'm not going to, you know, your feed. I'm not going to do that. I promise not to fill it up with shit that you'll just be like, oh, fuck this. So, if you could see it within your heart to do that, that would be greatly appreciated. I don't mean to sound so desperate. Truly, I don't. But I'm so close, and I've got my watchtowers. My watchtowers are badass. They're constantly going up. It's just those subscribers, you know. That's the last thing that I need is those 90 subscribers. So, if you could be one of those, that'd be awesome. And if you should choose to, if you're thinking maybe you would want to support the channel in a different way, there are links in my YouTube community page to my Patreon and my Ko-fi. There's not much on them at the moment because I don't really know what to do with them, and I'm kind of waiting for feedback from, you know, anybody who might decide to join it. You know, I'm kind of waiting to see what they would kind of expect or what they would be looking for. Because, I mean, I've never created a Patreon or a Ko-fi before. So I don't know really what to offer. But those are there in case you saw something here that you think might be worth a buck or two. That'd be where to drop it. And while you're at all that, check out the rest of the stuff on my channel. I've got over 1,200 videos. I did say over 1,200 videos. I've got concerts that I've been to. Really good seats on some of them. Shot on a good quality phone with good quality audio, so they're pretty damn good. And I'm, you know, pretty close on a couple, like I said. I've got original music that I write the lyrics to, and I stress that I write the lyrics to. I know a lot of people have hang-ups about AI. I know a lot of people are buying all the hype about how awful it is and how horrible it is and blah, it's the end of the world. But trust me, it's not. It's not that big a deal. Some of us out here are using it for good. Some of us are actually using it to enhance our talents and what we wouldn't be able to accomplish without AI. Be it in the form of imagery or music, either way, you know, So, if you could see your way clear to put aside your bias towards AI and just check it out, that'd be awesome. There are 10 albums, a band called The Circle, a 4-piece all-girl metal band. If you like chick rock, if you like chick metal, or just metal and rock in general, if you like alternative, if you like, you know, things like that, modern rock, I think you would probably like it. So, you know, hey, just give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? Each one of the albums is only like 30 minutes, about 12 songs. I think you might like them. Give them a shot. I push those because they're the thing. My music, my songs are the most important thing to me on the channel. They're the most personal to me on the channel because, you know, writing lyrics is it comes from a very specific place inside you. And, you know, I don't know. I just like for people to listen to them. That's all. But anyway, on top of all that, oh wait, no, I forgot. You can also find the lovely ladies of The Circle, my 4-piece all-girl metal band, every Wednesday night on Wicked Wednesday Night. That is the female division of my original character simulated wrestling federation. Yes, they are in a metal band, and they are wrestlers. Is that not the most badass thing that you've ever heard? The men's division is on Monday for Monday Night Mania. Then I also have a female celebrity federation. It's every Tuesday. That's Tuesday Night Download. I've got a Marvel versus DC coming in a few months, and I've got a upgrades for the men's division and the female celebrity federation towards the end of the year. It takes a lot and a long time to get these going. Let me just explain it to you. If you've ever played the WWE 2K games, then you know how extensive they are. There's a lot of shit. On top of all that, I do these daily live streams every morning between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. ish, depending on my real world work schedule. Sometimes I'm a little late. Sometimes I'm a little, I stay late. It just depends on what's going on and what notary. Where, we play the First Descendant. Sometimes chat joins in, which I'm totally cool with. And sometimes we just, shoot the shit and have fun while I'm fucking around in Albion. Egress, that's the country. I guess all these places are they supposed to be continents on the planet? Is that what the deal is? I'm not entirely sure about that, to be honest. Then also every Friday between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. ish again. Sometimes I'm a little late, sometimes I stay late, that's Fall Guys Fortnite Friday, where I play in Fortnite. The same offer for the First Descendant is for the Fall Guys Fortnite. If people in the chat want to play, that's fine. As long as you want to do something besides one-on-one. I'm not going to do one-on-one stuff because that's boring. If it's boring for me, then it's going to be boring for the audience as well. That's the kind of the theory that I'm going to go with. So, keep that in mind. But yeah, jump on there and we'll play together. That'd be fucking awesome. And on top of all of that, as if that wasn't enough, I've got a shitload of playthroughs, all kinds of genres, all kinds of titles. I've got horror, action, adventure, racing, roguelite, walking simulator. I've got all sorts of shit. I've got a massive library of over 300 games, and I keep new stuff in rotation as other stuff finishes. So if there is something that you might be interested in watching me play, drop it down there in the comments, because there is a pretty good chance that I might have it in my library, and I'd be more than willing to work it into the rotation. So just let me know. And I guess, ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, I guess that just leaves me to say thank you once again, and I really do mean that. You guys are fucking awesome. You guys are fucking awesome. I say it every day, and I don't think I can say it enough. How much I appreciate your support and your willingness to come here and just watch me fuck off in this game that I thoroughly enjoy playing. It means a lot to me. And until next time, later.